It came back, didn't say a word, just reached and got one of those. Ate every bit of it. I kept wondering what in the world, whether she likes it or not. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I still wanted to know. She didn't say a word, just walked off, came back. In about, I guess 5 or 10 minutes, 10 or 5 minutes, more, no more than that. And she reached and got another one, ate it. You know, this feels like it's boiling just right. And this is coming along fine, mixing good, nice and juicy. I hate a dry potato salad, don't you? Oh, mean. Got this going good here now. Come on now, baby. Doing good. You know, when I'm cooking by myself and nobody around, I just sing up a storm. And that's where comes the music background of my shows. And that's where it all comes from. Now that looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? You don't like that? I don't know what to tell you. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this here just like that, wipe my hands real good, and I'm gonna head that way and taste some of this, and you're all gonna get a taste too, I guarantee. But that is good stuff. Move that out of the way. Go on over here and sit down, juice stand. You're gonna do it. Walk around the back of that chair. Well, there's potato salad without potatoes. There's some succotash. And I'm gonna see just exactly how it tastes in just 1 minute. Got this, that looks so good. I hate to disturb it, but I'm gonna have to. You know how it is. Be a gentleman, put that napkin under your belt so it won't fall on the floor. Got you? Now, put your chair a little close, right? And pour a little red wine. I drink very little white wine. When somebody says, what do you have to eat, we're gonna have to eat tonight, and you tell them chicken, they say, oh, white wine. I say, oh, wine. But I prefer red wine, and that's what I eat. Now this is succotash right here. I got to taste it, just dying to taste it. There's a good piece of sausage. Come here, come on home. That is good. It's succotash. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. I'm gonna taste this jambalaya first. Let's just go ahead on and cook. Get the part of the chicken that I like. Turtle stew, come here, boy. You know that looks good? This is going to be good, I guarantee. Talk to it like it knows what I'm talking about. I like it, it's good. I believe in easy cooking, believe me, I do. How y'all are? Yay! A good Cajun, yeah. Y'all all right today? I guarantee I'm glad for you to see me. And today, we're gonna have a shrimp and macaroni casserole. I'm gonna fix that. And we're gonna haul off there and then make a brown rice pudding. I haven't made one of those in a long time, and I'm gonna pass a good time doing it again, I guarantee. And the first thing we're gonna do is a shrimp and macaroni casserole. I wanna tell you everything that's in this. A pound and a half of macaroni, 4 teaspoons full of salt that I use to boil the shrimps, you know. A tablespoonful of onion powder I use to boil the shrimps. A teaspoonful of garlic powder I use that to boil the shrimps. 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil. That's just to make it go down easy, you know. A 1/4 teaspoonful of cayenne pepper. 2 pounds of shrimp. It had a hull on them, and then we peeled them after we boiled them real good. And 2 tablespoonfuls of Louisiana hot sauce. Now I'm gonna mix all those ingredients together here right now, right in this little bowl I got here. This is the macaroni. Come out there. Don't act like you're gonna do that. My hands are clean, wash them. That made a good sound. I got a spoon specially fixed for mixing this. Let's get mixed up, because they ain't gonna go any good looking like that, I'll tell you for true. About to run out of casserole dishes. I'm making casseroles. And you know, I love a casserole. It's delicious, it really is. Oh, man. Now, I'll tell a story if I ever think of one. I'll think of one, I'll bet you. Get the motion, you know, you got it made then. Now, into this, I'm gonna mix with the shrimps. Come here. Little devil tried to hide, but I got him. Get in there. Now. And this is 2 pounds of shrimp, peeled and deveined. Whew. That's wasting shrimp to me, I'll tell you the truth. Put that in there just like that. Now I got to mix you all up together so you look pretty when I put you in that casserole. And we bake that casserole 350 degrees for 1 hour. That's just to get everything together. I'm not through. I'm gonna put something else in here. Don't you worry none. Into this, I'm gonna put 1 16-ounce bottle of mild picante sauce. Oh boy, it's gonna be good. This smells good and it's just raw as hell. I mean, it ain't cooked good yet. It's raw as hell. All right, into this I'm gonna put this 16 ounces of picante sauce. Let's get in there. Isn't that pretty? And I mean, I got to get it all in there if I'm gonna get 16 ounces. Put that in here like that. Put this over here like that so it won't be in my way when I move this to put this in this casserole. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grease that casserole with a little olive oil as soon as I get this mixed the way I want it to look. Now that does smell good, real good, I'll tell you right now. Ooh-wee. I love shrimps, and I love macaroni, pasta, and I eat pasta too much sometimes. Then I don't eat for a while, you know how it is. I've lost 285,000 pounds in my lifetime. Not dieting, just quitting eating, that's the only thing to do. Now that looks good, I don't care. Now as you stand, let's order the casserole. What do you say to that? We can do that, come here, olive oil. I've got all the seasoning in this that I need to have. I got to put that oven on at 350 degrees. Now I'm gonna put about a tablespoonful of olive oil in there, maybe a tablespoonful and a half, I doubt seriously, but it looks like about a tablespoonful. And I'm gonna roll it around in there like I know what I'm doing. Come here to me. That's a heavy casserole. Now I'm gonna put this in there. Oh, mix it. Quit now, y'all ain't divorced, stay together. All right. Get over here close, baby. You get over close too. Now I'm gonna put this in here. If it don't all go in there, I won't put it all in there too, yeah? I'll eat it just like it is. It's gonna be good in the way you want to try it. All right, now let's go in. It's gonna all go in there, I think, I hope. I don't know. Can't ever tell about that kind of thing. Got a good story to tell you after a while, but I ain't ready to do it. It hasn't all come back to me. We'll be dropping that shrimps, and they'll have to take stove apart to get you to eat you. No. Ambiguous, either hand don't make any difference. Yeah, come on, let's get in there. But I got to make some brown rice pudding. Get that in the oven alongside of you as soon as I can, which is right quick. That's for true. Better start hurrying. I'm hurrying. You don't look like you're hurrying to me. Well, you don't know about hurrying. All kind of hurrying. You know I'm gonna get that all in there? I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm gonna get it all in there. Ain't that nice? Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. I want every one of you to get in there so I won't be lying. Got it. Now spread it out real nice, and I leave the top off of that, supposed to. I think I can. I think I'll put the top back on it. No, I'm not. I got to put that oven on 350. I thought I did that earlier, and I did. Put this thing down like this. Come on, baby, let's go in the oven just like you are. Don't that look pretty? It is pretty. Get in that 350 oven, baby, and cook up a storm. Now, that's supposed to cook for about an hour. And I'll let it cook an hour. I'm not going to interfere with it. I'll tell you that for true. Now, right here, I'll put that there so I can put that there. And I got to move this recipe and put it under the one I'm fixing to get with right now. Brown rice pudding. And what I got to do now, I'm going to combine wine, honey, vanilla, and cinnamon. I'm gonna move this, or swap places with you, partner, just move out of the way. And you come over here where I can get with you. This is the part that I'm gonna put in here. It says combine the wine, honey, vanilla, and cinnamon in a medium-sized saucepan. Now that's a saucepan. It looks like a pot to me, I'll tell you the truth. Heat slowly over low fire. Put the wine in. It says combine the wine. Now that is good Chablis. When I first started this series 28 years ago, I used Sauterne. It was a nice wine. And you can't even buy Sauterne now. They do Sauterine, some people call it, but it's Sauterne to me. The wine and the honey. Honey, 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 honey. Oh, you got to stay like that because I'm gonna get every video out of there that I can. Honey, I love honey. I never will forget I was told by a man, bees won't sting if you'll hold your breath. I got blue in the face, and they still stung the hell out of me. And that's the last time I tried to rob a beehive, whether it was mine or anybody else's. Good honey. Vanilla. I got another spoon. I can get all this vanilla out. That's a teaspoonful of vanilla. It barely is, you know it. Vanilla extract. Got you. Okay. Now I got some cinnamon. I got to put a fire under this, as much as I hate to do it to it, but I'm going to. Let's see if I may get the right one. Nope, I never do get the right one. There I go, and put that on low. Put the cinnamon in there like this. I like cinnamon if it's fixed right. Some cinnamon can get awful hot, you know, and burn your throat if you don't look out. Now I got to stir. I got to get that honey off my hand too. That's how come I always carry a little dish towel where you're supposed to hang a hammer. And I'm not gonna do any carpenter work. got most of it off. Got to stir this to make it go just right. I treat it so tender, you notice that? I got to heat slowly over low fire till the honey resolves itself, you know. Just about to do it. Hadn't quite done it, but it's doing it. Stay there. Get that just like I like it, right there. Now I can add 2 cups of raisin, you know, right there like that. All right, raisin. Just get rid of each other. We got to separate them. Hate to do you that, but we got to. And stir it. And that's a low fire. But on a good stove like this, a low fire ain't low enough sometimes. You got to put it on a simmer. I'm not gonna do that, but just let this cook just like that. It's doing good, so why mess with it? Huh? I got 4 extra large eggs there. That I got to beat the hell out of in just a minute. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna just beat the daylights out of it. Yeah. 4 eggs. Let's get them started good. Now they beat pretty good. Now, I've already buttered this casserole, pan, pot, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna put this all in there in just a minute. What are you doing in there? Got him. I got a preheated oven, 325 degrees, but I got it on 350 right now. I'm gonna cut it back when I put this in there. You do that until it's brown. It's already brown rice, but it's not brown enough. Okay, now we got to let this go ahead. You're cooking just right. Don't act smart. Do what you're doing right. Honey's resolved. The raisins are separated from each other. And yes, they are. And what I got to do, I pour the honey and wine mixture over the rice and combine. That's it, combine in a buttered 9x12, that's what that is. 9x12 baking pan, then pour in the pudding mixture. Well, you better come over here, partner, if I'm gonna pour you in here because I need to have you. There I go. Put you right here in the way. I want to do this exactly like I wrote it years ago, but I haven't cooked this in 30 years, that's true. Put that behind, yeah. Then pour it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna combine the rice. And I cut them egg there. Beat the egg in real well and combine with the rice in a large mixing bowl. That ain't large enough, but I'm gonna use it anyhow. It's 8 cups. 8 cups of cooked brown rice. Reckon you can get in there? We're gonna see right now. If it's not, I got another bowl backing me up right over there, see? Okay, come here, rice. 8 cups. Yes, sir. My hands are clean. Let me cook it anyhow, but I like for my hands to be clean. Got to combine it with the egg like this. Come on, every grain of rice. And I cook that just like I do any rice I'm cooking. Now I got to combine this with that egg. 4 eggs, 4 great big eggs. Big enough to be a double yolk, but there wasn't, not a double yolk in there. I love double yolk eggs, call them double yolkers. Now we're going, man, you got this thing just about where you want it. And I got to turn that fire off, is what I got to do. Woo. And put you in this little old casserole dish I got here. That's what it says to do. Combine them two and put them in there, then pour the pudding mixture over that. That ain't bad to do. Justin Wilson's Easy Cooking. If ever was easy, this is it. Only thing to it, you got to chop all this stuff up and get it ready. And when you get it ready, though, it's easy cooking. Easy as it can be. Now, eggs and rice, you look like you mixed up enough to me. I'm gonna put you in this deal right this minute. I don't want to put any of it on the table, just on you. I'm gonna do that too. Come out of there. Come out of there. Now we're going just right. I spilled 3 grains of rice. Isn't that terrible? I'm gonna put them right in here. Get in there. 2. Quit dripping off in there. That makes 5. Got it. Look at that, man. I can't stood that. I'm gonna put you right back in there. Now what I got to do is pour this over this. As much of it as I can. Get this right like, real nice like, you know. I'll wipe you up later. All right, here we go. Boy, that smells good. I guarantee that smells good. Whew. Got to get this way out and pour this mixture over it. And put it in that oven and let it bake for a while. All right, Judson. Spread these little old, now you're looking right. Spread the raisins nice like I'm doing it. So everybody can get a raisin and don't get left out. I'll get mad and have somebody leaves me out, you hear? Doesn't that look good? I want you to know it's gonna taste good. Now, oh, I spilled some on there. Isn't that terrible? Oh, boy. All right, let's just go in the oven where you belong. But first of all, I'm going to wipe this off. I don't want it to go in the oven. No siree, nothing there that'll burn. Smell up the house. Oven, open yourself up, yeah. Here you go. Get on there. I said, get on there now. Don't that look good? That is good, I want you to know. And you're gonna taste it, I hope, some of y'all. Put this on 325 now. I'm gonna go over here and sit down. I'm gonna clean it up later, don't worry. Sit down and taste this stuff to see if it's worth eating. Always taste. When I cook, I got to taste. That's for true. Let me move this out of my way. Simplest way to move it, put something in it, you know. Aye. I got some brown rice pudding, and I got some shrimp and pasta casserole. And I'm gonna tell you all the story before I take the first bite of this. Let's go in there. That looks good enough to eat. Yes, it does. Now just put the dessert right in here, because you know it's kids like to eat our dessert first. Eat the ice cream before it melts, you know. And now what I want to do, I want to tell you a story about an old Cajun who lived in the country, way in the country, in the marsh. He hadn't been to town but 3 or 2 times in his life, I don't reckon. And he was married. And I'll take a sip of this water. Some of that macaroni got stuck there. And he and his wife lived alone. And he hunted and fished for a living. And she'd take it to the nearest settler and send it on to town. But they never went to town. They didn't have any reason to go to town. They had everything they needed. They raised everything they needed, caught everything they needed, killed everything they needed. And they were happy. And one day, one of these traveling tinker salesmen came by there with his wagon and his mule. And the man that owned the place went out and said, well, I don't need a thing. I don't think I need a thing. His wife had gone to help deliver a baby that was being born at a neighbor's house. And he said, the tinker said, where's your wife? He says, she's gone. Well, he said, come on out here and I'll show you a few things you most probably never saw before, and I think you will enjoy seeing them. He said, can't you see him? Oh, man, come on out here. I want to show you some things. And they showed him all kind of stuff. He'd pull off that wagon, show him this and show him that, and just really get the old fella interested in something. And he pulled out a mirror. And that old man had never seen a mirror in his life, I guarantee. So he showed him the mirror. And he looked in that mirror and he said, I'll be damned. That's a picture of my old pappy. God, dog. I guarantee I got to have this picture. And the tinker man kept hearing him talk about that picture of his pappy. He said, would you like to buy that picture? Oh, yes, I'd love to. How much it is, old tinker man? Said, $10, $10. I got to go and see if I can find some money in the house. So he went where he knew his wife would hide the money in the sugar bowl. And he took $10 out of that. Went back out there. Excuse me, my nose is athletic, runs every now and then. And he took that $10 out there and he paid the man. Oh, he said, man, I'm glad to get this. Well, the tinker said, thank you, certainly. I'm glad you got it. And he left because he knew he better leave. He left, and the man didn't want his wife to see what he'd spent her $10 on. So he went into the barn, and in the hayloft there, he hid his picture underneath some hay. And he left it there. The next day, he went out there. She came home that night. Next day, he'd go out there and he'd look at it every now and then and talk about his old pappy. He kept it up for about a week, sneaking out there and pulling that picture out from underneath the hay and taking a look at his old pappy. And his wife got kind of suspicious, you know. So she went out there and found out what he was doing. She saw where he reached underneath that hay. So she reached underneath there when he left and pulled that mirror out and looked at it and says, well, that's the old hussy you've been messing around with. Let me taste this. Oh, yeah, this is good, yeah. Shrimp and macaroni. Let me eat a little bit of that good. I might have to get a spoon for this. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna make some more of this and I ain't gonna wait no more 30 years. A swiller, that's a half a swallow. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. I'm gonna taste this jambalaya first. Let's just go ahead on and cook. Get the part of the chicken that I like. Turtle stew, come here, boy. You know that looks good? This is going to be good, I guarantee. Talk to it like it knows what I'm talking about. I like it. It's good. I believe in easy cooking. Believe me, I do. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me. Who said that? I'm glad for you to see me. I guarantee. Let's just put it. Nothing in there. That's good. I'm gonna stew some corn and green onion for y'all today and make some hominy, live hominy and chili. when I was a kid, my mother used to make the lie hominy. It would lie, you know. But I never did like to watch it, so I've forgotten how to do it. But I bet I could if I had to. I don't want to do it if I can help it. But this says right in here, 1/4 cup of olive oil. I might just as well get started on this right now. That's olive oil. It says 1/4 cup. Now, I'm pretty good at pouring 1/4 cup at a time. You watch. Now that ain't 1/4 cup, no. That's not either. Fast getting there. Ooh, I heard all that. That's just about 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I'm gonna put all this stuff in it. I got to do it, you know. Got to have it. Put this olive oil right back. I may need some more if it doesn't come out right, you know. Now into this, I got to put 4 cups of chopped green onion. That's 4 good cups right there. So I'm gonna turn the fire on. I like to have it sizzle on me. See if I get the right one. Nope, never do. Got that one. We're gonna put that on a medium heat. That's my tasting spoon. It's warm already, I tell you that, but it'll warm up real fast. Come on there, my hands are clean. You're gonna cook in there. Gotcha. Take this spoon and stir that in there real good. You know, I can smell that smelling good already. You all don't smell that? That's 4 cups of green onion. Now I'm gonna put 8 cups of sweet corn, cut off the cob. Man, I'll tell you, isn't that pretty? It is pretty. I'm gonna put this in here right now so we can get it to cooking. Oh, you thought I was gonna drop that. I did too. I want to get all that out of there. Come out of there. Come out of there. Got it. And stir that in. Anytime you cook, any occasion will tell you this. When you're cooking, every time you add anything, you got to stir. 8 cups of corn, green, fresh corn off the cob. Got to be good. Got to be good. Whew. All right, now into that, I got to add something else here. 1 cup of good dry white wine that you'd love to drink if I'd let you, but I'm not. I'm gonna put it in you. It's a Chablis. That's a full cup. I can hear that cooking. Go ahead on there, babies. Stir. That wine takes all, you know, people ask me, say, why do you always cook with wine? Well, sometimes I cook with beer. If I boil shrimp, I put beer in there. But the reason I cook with wine, I know it'll take the bitterness out of anything. Now, green onion's got a certain bitterness to it. If you cook with celery, celery's got bitterness. Parsley's got a little bitterness. Any other kind of onion got bitterness too. Got bitterness. So you got to take it out, and wine takes it out and enhances the flavor. There's 2 things at the same time. What in the world are you gonna do? But you can't miss that. Then I'm gonna put a cup of spicy onion. That is a rotel. I'm gonna put a cup of water after I put the rotel in there and stir it in. That's rotel. Stir it, man. Just stir it, G-Stan. That's what you got to do. And hold that thing so it won't splash anymore out there on the stove. You have to pick it back up. That ain't good, no. That shows that I'm not a chef. I'm just a cook, that's all. And in the country, you can splash things on the stove. That's all right. I'm a country cook, and I love to cook. And now I'm gonna put a cup of water. Oh, I'm gonna take a sip of that water too. Got a frog in my throat. I wish I'd had it in there when I had that wine in my hand, I'll tell you. cup of water and stir. I got him then, that frog in my throat. Get the cooking there, baby. You're looking pretty. That's a pretty dish. And it's pretty enough to eat. Now, into that, I got to put some good chopped garlic. I'm talking about 2 teaspoonsful of chopped minced garlic. Got to get all of it there, baby. I don't want to leave any of that in there. I love garlic. Garlic is good for you if there's people just finding that out. I've been knowing that all my life. Stir it in there good. Spread it around. Oh, boy. Let's get with it. Yeah. That's smelling good. Can y'all smell that? When I was doing a stage show once in a big city, I was cooking on there. I got when I started to cook, just as I started, I'd fry some bacon and put a fan behind and let that blow out in the orders. And it worked, it helped. Let me get this moved up a little bit out of my way. I'll put this over here so I can have room to do something else I got to do shortly. You go, you stand, put them right there. That'll work. And put this over there to help it. Stay there, all right? Now, I got to salt this. It says salt to taste, my taste. And we're gonna put about, let's see, I got a bunch of stuff in there. 8 cups of sweet corn cut off the cob, 4 cups of green ones. I got to put about, well, that's a teaspoon. You don't believe it? I'm gonna show you. That's a teaspoonful of salt. That's 1 teaspoon right there. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And stir. I'm gonna put some more salt. There's not enough salt. I'm gonna take 2 teaspoonfuls to do this right. Let's put another teaspoon. Another, well, just a little bit over. We'll let that's a heaping teaspoon. That's a heaping teaspoonful. Not a heap too much, so no. Put that salt back right there where I may need it later. And I got to stir this. It says stir the ingredients in a big large pot and cook over a medium fire for about 45 minutes. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. Now I got to cut that fire down to make it more medium than it is right now because that's hot. That fire is hot. Come on back down here now. Now that's a nice medium flame. Put the lid on it like this. Stir it. Move this recipe. I got to use my recipe because who's going to remember all the recipes I dream up? I ain't. I don't try. Now I'm going to put this out of the way. Right now I'm going to make you a nice hominy and chili casserole. I guarantee it's going to be good. Put this there, right there, and I got to put olive oil on the bottom of that thing. It says, it's got this all mixed up. It says a tablespoonful of olive oil. That's all I need. Huh. A tablespoonful of olive oil. There you go, baby. That ain't quite a tablespoonful. Believe it or not, it's not. But that's a tablespoonful. Not heaping, just a tablespoonful. And then we're gonna turn the fire on there and kind of move that around a little bit. If I can did that, I'll be just right. Let's see if I get the right one this time. Yes, I did. I put that on a medium-low fire, run it around where it gets all over the bottom of that skillet, frying pan, whatever you want to call it, pot, pan. There's something to put this in. Got it. Now, this recipe say 1/16 ounce of hominy. drain it. You got to drain all the water off of it there. We got that. But it don't go in there first, no. What we're going to do right now is put the green onion in there and let them kind of sizzle around a little bit. Get in there. Green onion. Got it all the first time. That ain't bad. And I got some bell pepper. I got to put in there to help them green onion out. You know how that is. Put some bell pepper on that. Got all that too. I'm getting good at that, you know it. Put that to the side so I can get to that little bit of that garlic powder. I'm gonna let that, I have to stir that around a little bit so it'll get to cooking. And it'll cook. I never forgot that down in Crowley where I used to live, Crowley, Louisiana, and southwest Louisiana. There's a fella had a kind of a butcher and a fish market there. And he put a fella to work for him, and he was good. He worked hard, he really did. And after he'd been there about a month and proved he could work, the man that hired him said, I want to tell you something, boy. It's all right with me, but you either got to get you a longer apron in the front or stop stealing such long fish, steal shorter fish, you hear me? Green onion, this is dry parsley. Dry parsley is good. I want that to kind of get a little more juice in it before I put that in there. It's doing all right, it's getting juice. This is a cup. Actually, it's I'd say this was a half a cup of dried parsley. Now that's equivalent to a cup and a half. Now I think that's a half a cup. So I'm gonna quit putting that dry parsley in there. And I got some dried mint I'm gonna put in, but let me stir that dried parsley down into this thing that we got here. Mm-hmm. Smell that? I smell it. Make all the noise you want to, going to do it. Now into that I'm gonna put some dried mint, and then I'm gonna put about a half a teaspoonful of garlic powder. Now this is what you call easy cooking. You can do all this without having to cut up some of the stuff. When you chop parsley, you're in good shape. I can tell you that, but most people don't know how to chop parsley. And I don't throw the stems away, I use the whole damn thing. Never forget that old lady say, you ought not to beat those beautiful pots. I say, I got to get that stuff off the spoon. Now into this, I'm going to put some Worcester sauce, Worcestershire right here. That's what this is, Worcestershire sauce. Put it in there. And I also, too, I got to put some good wine in there in just a few minutes. As soon as I get this wet, I can smell that real good. Ooh-wee. Get it all off that spoon. Now, I'm gonna put a cup of nice dry wine. I didn't see that wine. I had a sip of that instead of that water, I guarantee. Now that's a cup of dry white wine. Stir that around in there real good. And I got a 16-ounce can of hominy that's been drained real good. I have to put that in there in a few minutes. I want this to come to a boil first. Let's boil, baby. I'll turn you up a little bit to be sure. Now, I can hear it picking up. I'll tell you that's the truth. Now we're gonna put this nice dry hominy in there, like this. Get out of there. Got it all. Got every bit of it. Didn't get all that Worcestershire sauce. Got it now. And I stir this into that. And good. That beginning to look pretty, believe it or not. I love hominy. hominy and chili are two good things that go together, and I'm putting these together right now in just a few minutes. And I got salt and pepper to taste. It says, here's the pepper. Cayenne pepper is what I use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's plenty. We don't need any more of that. Now, that's not much. That's about a quarter of a teaspoonful, what that is. Now, into this, let me see what I can put into this. Wine, garlic powder, got it all in there. And wine in a medium-sized pot and cook over medium fire, stir it until the onion and peppers are tender. You see, now I got to put some salt in this too. And I know about how much goes in there, about a 2 teaspoons, not quite 2 teaspoons. Now this is a slow teaspoon, it ain't a full teaspoon. And neither is this one. That's enough salt in there. Put that over there and stir. Now, what I'm going to do with it, I got to cook that a little while till it gets better, but it's nearly ready right now. Put this underneath here, over here where I can see it in case I need to look again. You know how it is. I'm not all that smart. So most of that juice is gone, see? Then I'm going to stir in some chili and pour it into a casserole right over there. And I better put a little olive oil in that casserole, or somebody will give me the devil for not thinking about that. But you got to grease that to keep it from sticking to the bottom. It'll do it if you don't look hard. That's less than a tablespoonful. I got to put this garlic powder in there. I nearly forgot you use such a small bit. There's nothing in the world but about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Whoever heard of using half a teaspoonful of garlic powder? Let's get out of there. Now you're going. I'm going to get you out of there. I have to scrape the bottom of this thing. Now I got it. That looks about like a half a teaspoon I've got in there. Yep, it is. You better be. Now we're going good. Now into this, I ain't through putting stuff in there. I'm going to stir some chili. See that chili? Cooked chili. I'm going to put some chili in there and stir it in there real good. And I'm going to put that in that Butamus casserole dish. Now let's go in here and just stir it in good, boy. Oh, man. That's, y'all smell that? I do. Ooh-wee. That's a 16-ounce can of chili I'm putting in there. Look out there, that's hot. Stir it in real good. All right, now let's get in there, put it in good like you're supposed to. Ah. I got to move this out of my way. Move this over there and kind of stir this olive oil around in there just a little bit to be sure it covers everything, and it's doing it. Oh, yeah. Now into this, I'm going to pour this. And I'm going to cut this fire. No, I can't cut this, but yeah, I can uncut that fire off in just a minute or two when you get all that stuff over the sides. And I got it. Cut the fire off. And I'm going to pour this in there. Okay. Go ahead and splash on everything. It's all right. Make a noise, but it's a pretty noise to me, I'll tell you. Now what I got to do is put some cheddar cheese grated in there, and I'm trying to see what this is. I've got to see what in the world this is. Oh, that's cheese too. I put it all in there. This is cheese too. 3 kinds of cheese: mozzarella, Parmesan, and American cheddar. All of it grated into shredded or something. Put it there and stir it around, and let's put it right there, Judson. Let's put that Parmesan in there first. Here we go. Throw you in there, pretty girls and boys. Look at that. This is the mozzarella. Mozzarella, la la la. There you go. Now into this, I'm gonna put that good old American cheddar. I'm gonna have to put that in with my hand to be sure I spread it good. Now you going, boy. Put that down there. Put this over here like that. Mix it up. But I got one more thing I think I got to put in there. Yep. Breadcrumb, ain't that something? Then I'll put it in the oven. Or I may wait and let that kind of soak up a little bit. Looking good, looking just right. Breadcrumb, I'll put them on there any way I want to. If I were an artist, I'd paint a picture. But I'm not the artist, so I'm gonna just spread it on there real good. It takes an artist to do that too, I guarantee. Oh, get on there. I'm gonna have to put this in a 300 and, I think it's a 325 or 350 degree oven. And I'll look and see how long it's supposed to cook. And I'm gonna sit down there and eat some of it. I got fixed for myself already. I got to cook that in 350 degrees, what the man said. And I got it set at 350. Put your side right there. Bring this over here and put it in that oven and let it brown those breadcrumbs at 350 degrees. That's, ooh wee, that smells good. Ay, ay, ay. Got to push your side, don't mean to hurt you. Got to open the oven, all right? 350 degrees, hominy and chili baked in a 350 degree oven. Now, if that's not all right, now, yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Now, I'm going to sit down over here, and if y'all don't mind, whether you mind or not, I'm going to sit down over here and taste some of this to be sure that it tastes right. It'd be a hell of a fix if it didn't. I'll tell you that. Come here, champ. Up close, closer. All right. Put this out of my way where I can see everybody. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy. Like a little gentleman, put my napkin so I won't spill things on the floor. That is warm. Yes, sir. That's that chili and hominy. And that's the green, the nice corn. Got it off the cob. And I'm gonna use my spoon and my fork to eat this. But before I do, I'm gonna pour myself just a swiller of wine. That's a half swallow. That's a swiller. That's another swiller. That makes a swallow, doesn't it? And this tastes so good. Let me see how it tastes. That's the chili and hominy. Let me see. All right. Oh boy, let me see. Just some of this. Oh man, that is fine. I can taste everything in the corn, the rotel, the green onion. Now for a sip of wine. That's all it needed was just a half a swallow. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. I'm gonna taste this jambalaya first. Let's just go ahead on and cook. Get the part of the chicken that I like. Turtle stew, come here, boy. You know that looks good? This is going to be good, I guarantee. Talk to it like it knows what I'm talking about. I like it, it's good. I believe in easy cooking, believe me, I do. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. And today, we're gonna cook some no-fat greens and then a fresh pork jambalaya. You can diet part of the time, and you eat that good fat pork the other time. First of all, I'm going to get the no-fat greens going, so let them cook and pass a good time. I need a cup of chopped onions. I'm going to turn the fire on first right this minute. Let's see if I get the right one. Nope, never do. Got it right that time. Put that on a medium heat. And into that, I'm going to put a cup of chopped onion. And boy, they're good. They smell good. They're sweet and nice. I love onion. I love onion sandwich. I'll tell you that right now. Garlic sandwich too. I like that too. While that's getting ready to go, I'm gonna put a 1.5 teaspoonful of chopped garlic, chopped real fine. Don't want to lose any of that, I'll tell you right now. That's my tasting spoon. I can do that with it if I want to. Now then I'm gonna put a tablespoonful of smoked salt. Look out there, boy, don't bite me. This is a smoked salt, and it's very good. You're going to think these greens are barbecued. I can tell you the truth, you really are. I added something I got to stir. Then I'm going to put just a tablespoonful of liquid smoke. Let's see what this is. Liquid smoke. You think you're going to get out of me? You're wrong. You're going to get all of that in there. We need every bit of that. That's how come we measure it so carefully. And then we're going to haul off there and put a cup of dry white wine. This takes the bitterness out of that smoke, because it has a bitterness to it. This is a Chablis, and it's very drinkable. I've drunk 4 or 5 drinks of it in my lifetime. Stir. I'm gonna put a tablespoonful of Worcestershire sauce in there to be sure that we let it know. That's Worcestershire. All right, now get in there. There you go. Stir. Whenever you add anything, you got to stir if you're going to cook something easy and make it easy cooking. 2 teaspoonfuls of Louisiana hot sauce. We can do that very, very easy. That was a tablespoonful of Worcestershire sauce. 2 teaspoons. That's not even a whole teaspoon. That's 2 teaspoons in there now, though, I can tell, see? At the top of the bottle. And I shuck it too. And I stir, always stir, just at least a little bit. Now, I got 3 bunches of mustard. I love mustard. I love any greens, I really do. I like kale. If I could have gotten some kale, I would have done this instead of the mustard. But I have the mustard, so we're going to cook with that right now. But what I've got to put in there is just a little dried mint, a teaspoon. And this is a teaspoonful. I'd bet money on it. Sure is. Teaspoonful of dried mint. And it's just about to come to a boil. Now you notice I haven't put any salt in there, but I've got to put a little salt in there. I don't care what anybody said, but you don't have to until you go to eat it. But it says it's 3 bunches of mustard, washed real well, and tough stem removal, all that stuff. And I'm gonna, right now, put it in there and stir it into it. That's good mustard, cold too, in an ice box, in the refrigerator. You think that pot ain't gonna hold it? I bet you it does. ain't going to stand. Let's get it all in there. Every little old bit of it. Water and all. Got it. Put this in here. Get it out of my way. Get in there. Now, I'm going to put this over here out of my way for the time being. Come here to me, you. Let's go in there. Stir this down into that real good because it's going to cook good. In fact, I'll have to turn this fire down very quickly, pretty soon, I bet you. Oh, man. Whew. You know, I thought of some old Cajun stories I may have told before, but not lately. And I haven't heard them in a long time, and I'm planning on telling 3 or 2 of them today. As soon as I get this going good and see about my jambalaya, get it started, I may just tell you a story or 2, I guarantee. That ought to be enough water to hold that. And I'm going to put this on there, and I'm going to turn that fire down. Anything I can't stand is for something to boil over on me when I'm cooking a little bit. Come here to me, Chair. I'm going to put this on low, that's medium low, all the way on low, and that'll be just fine. Now, what I'm going to do is put this, I'll keep my recipe where